Hello? Hello? We live? Yeah, we're live. Okay, so today we're going to be playing through the Ben 10 reboot game. Let's get started. In case you guys don't know, the Ben 10 reboot is one of my favorite. Well, the Ben 10 reboot has a lot of good content in it if you know where to look. This game could be argued as one of those times where you need to look, but I'm not willing to argue that. As though this game is fun, I don't know if I'd say it was like great. But with only 6 levels, like 3 hours long, you know. Yeah, let's start a new game. Alright, yeah, I need to... Okay. There we go, I should be able to hear it now. Alright, you guys might be wondering why I'm not doing the Omniverse games, and it's just because I don't like those. There we go. Yeah, this is one of the few Switch games that I know of where you can't use the Pro Controller. And I don't know why that is.
Don't fry this at home! Oops.
What do you call that?
Awesome? No, wait. Ultimate.
I just bought that tent last week.
You're in for it this time.
Sorry, Grandpa Max.
Oh, no big deal. Just gives me an excuse to visit the new sporting goods store when we get to town. Besides, that's what your allowance is for. I think 6 months worth or so should buy a really nice replacement.
Yeah, Ben and Gwen don't act like that in the reboot. I really do prefer when they just get along and work together. Which is why, despite in Gwen 10 starting off hating each other, they decided to work together pretty early on.
Maybe they'll have a grand opening tent sale. Maybe something in the 3 to 4 months allowance range.
Guess we won't be finding out anytime soon. Looks like it's parade day. No way we're getting past that crowd.
Nice. Looks fun. Let's check it out.
It sure doesn't look like they're having fun.
Yeah, and I see why.
Is this the most fun ever, or is it just me? Oh, right! It is just me! Your happiness should be just about sucked dry by now.
I gotta stop him. He's stealing people's happiness.
I'm not happy about you going up against Zombozo alone.
Yeah, that might not be such a great idea.
It must already be affecting you guys. Don't worry. I got this.
Well, look who's here.
Well, he do got this. I can't argue that.
Ha! I'd love to stick around for the fun, but I can't stand being around all these sad sacks. Take him, boys!
Damn, I've been taken. Oh noes. Nah, here we go. Excuse me. Right, we're gonna start off with a little bit of Heat Blast. Yeah, gonna have some fun with Heat Blast here. There we go. Up and over. Yeah, this game isn't the best programmed, it's still a little glitchy. But I'd still call it more functional than, say, Ben's Omniverse 2. That game was so railroaded, there wasn't a chance for glitches. And even then, sometimes they still happened. There we go. Sometimes I do these replays just to get a better understanding of the game for my review. When it comes to Omniverse 1 and 2, I have such a vivid idea of what the hell I will like and don't like about them.
And it looks like the
that I'm able to just ignore them.
The dumps. Whatever Zombozo is doing to steal their happiness, he must still be doing it. How about you guys? You still happy?
As much as we ever are when you're being all you.
Now is not the time. Gwen, tell Ben what you found.
Right. Well, I noticed that there are a bunch of weird devices around here. They look like some kind of transmitter or relay.
Huh? What? Sorry, science nap. You were saying?
I was saying that these relays or transmitters are... that they might be what Zombozo is using to suck away people's happiness.
Huh? I mean, yeah, that's why I was so bored. I figured that out like forever ago.
Uh-huh. Ben, why don't you try to track down Zombozo and maybe look into finding a way to stop all of this?
But what about the happiness sucker? Won't it, you know, suck my happiness too?
The watch should protect you, but I'm taking Gwen back to the rust bucket. We should be safe from the effects in there.
I'll be fine.
Oh, we getting some glitches here.
Good idea. I feel happier already.
Yeah, Ben and Gwen normally don't act like this in the game. Let's switch on over to Forearms. I gotta say, the music in this game isn't that bad, you know? Could be a lot worse. There we go.
Let's do this.
Oh, every alien being able to double jump is something that always bothered me. Like, going back as far as, Protector of Earth. Like, seeing Humongous Sword double jump is just fucking wrong. As, you know, you could see in, Vilgax Text. Ah, well. Okay, here we go. Pull it off. And then yeet it. Go slam down. After the Ben 10 series is over, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. I think I might do Skylanders. I've got a lot of footage for that recently, so I might just go through and do reviews on at least the first 3 games.
Owie! Oh man! This is how I roll!
There. There we go.
Rolling, rolling, rolling!
Back on over to Forearms.
No way!
At least every alien has a use in... Well, no, Wildfire. No, I think Upgrade is like the only one that really doesn't have anything to do with the game. Oh, Accelerate as well. Come on then. There we go. Fuck you guys. You got ultimized. Yeah, I'm kind of like... I don't know how I feel about Ultimates not being in the reboot. Like, on one hand I get it's because we got Kevin. And, you know, he has his anti-tricks and his anti-aliens, or whatever the hell you want to call them. But I would still like to see some Ultimate aliens. Like, even Ultimate Ben didn't have Ultimate aliens. Is it just a case of, oh, what's going on up there? Yeah, not the best programmed. Yeah, but what's going on?
Put ice on that.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Ruby. You know, Cannonball is like the character in the most Ben 10 games, I think. He was in Protector of Earth, Omniverse 1 and 2, and the first reboot game. What else? Oh yeah, and Vilgax Text. He was in more stuff than Diamond Head, who didn't even show up till Omniverse the game 1. And then he was only in, like, the first Omniverse game and then the 2 reboot games. Like I said, this game is only about 3 hours long, so I could probably beat it all in one stream. You know, if I really wanted to. Here we go. Boom. That do be how you roll, though. As for the Omniverse game review, I've got the audio done. I just need to edit it together. And I got the miscellaneous clip from the Wii version I needed.
Away from the happiness sucker.
It's called a buzzkill battery.
Yeah,
Damn, we really need to get these things into Gwen 10.
you're finished, Zombozo.
Like, as you know, Ruby, I am very much willing to pull from games ideas for inspiration for Gwen 10.
I'm gonna catch you, you know.
Moving right along.
Like, I know I'm going to throw a reference to Secret Saturday's Beast of the Fifth Son at some point for the Secret Saturday season we're doing. And I wish Benzaro would get back to me so he can actually tell me if the episode's ready to go up or not. I don't even know if he's still here anymore.
Try it without getting hit this time.
No, fuck you, I'm gonna get hit all the time. No, wait. That's not what I meant. There we go, just go down, you swine.
Having a bad day.
Woo!
I'm quite the roll.
Oh, until you get Accelerate. No, Cannonball is still the fastest character in this game. Even without Accelerate. I think Power Trip is the only game where Accelerate is actually allowed to be fast. Because even in Omniverse 1, he was still fucking slow.
That was easy.
There we go. Let's Cannonbolt the fuck out of here.
Combat ability time.
Music do be hitting though. Damn it.
And dangerous. Owie! Hey, that hurts. Oh, man.
Alright, let's switch on over to Cannonbolt and see his ultimate ability. I said Cannonbolt, not forearms! Fuck, now I know what Ben feels like. There we go. What's going on with my ground speed? Why is it so jittery?
This is how I roll.
Like, I don't remember it always being this jittery on the Switch version. Is my Switch just old and dying? No, it's the game's fault. I was saying that the Switch has been on the market for like, what, 6 years now? No, I think it is 5 years. No, it came out in 2017. So, yeah, 5 years I think it is. Boom. Oh, we got a little bit of hero time. We got a little grey boy. Grey Matter, what the hell are you doing back there?
Good. On we go.
Now, I actually like playing Grey Matter in this game because of the black coal mechanic. Now, if you put that there and switch over to something like Cannonball, you can just get a massive combo in. Which, you know, something I like to see, being able to switch between aliens to get different combos in. Because, yeah, I think this is my favourite game for switching to another alien mid-combo. Too bad the game's really short.
Biceps. In I go.
And again, I can only use the Joy-Cons, which makes no sense. Come on, there we go down. There we go, okay, there we go. Go down, clowny man. There we go, okay. Okay. We're dealing a little bit of damage. We do a little damage. Although, yeah, only having like 2 attack buttons in this game does make the game feel a little stale. After a while, I will admit.
Remember, Ben, counterattack.
Start smashing the... I do think that countering is a fun idea, but I don't think it's well executed upon in the game. Just because it's not like you can counter at any time, you have to time it very specifically. And the timing is so out of your control, it feels way too automated. Just go bowling ball through them. There we go, okay. What we got going on over here then? Up and over. Remember there was a glitch around here my first time playing where Heat Blast just started flying out of nowhere. Like, I have no idea how to activate it, but sometimes aliens will just randomly get the ability to hover like the stink fly. And usually it's before I unlock stink fly, so I don't know what's going on with that.
No way.
There we go. Yeah, here's Grey Matter's ultimate. I think it's a fun one. Although, Grey Matter seems a lot taller than it should be here. Like, I get it's for the sake of gameplay, but still. Yeah, let's boost our aliens. Let's go for good old-fashioned Heat Blast. And some roly-poly guy.
Excellent. Onward.
Finish this quickly, please.
Okay. Gwen, shut up for 5 seconds, will you? So if I just shut up for a minute there, I just get in the zone. Yeah, I do think this game only has 6 levels is a shame. Because when it tries to be, this game can be fun. And, you know, with more levels, I'm sure we could have got more use out of the aliens. But I also get that budget was an issue in time. Because this game needed to come out to coincide with the release of the reboot. And even then, it was still a little late for that. Once you get Wildvine, that is who I'm going to be sticking with. Because much like famed character Gwen Tennyson in Gwen 10, the series, I think Wildvine is my favourite in this game. What's going on with the jitteriness? The fuck? Alright, let's continue. Yeah, I might be able to just beat the whole game in this one sitting. That'll be knocking futs if I do.
Definitely on the right track.
Yeah, okay, we're in the next level. And who we got here, huh? Who we got here?
Time to get to the
It's... Yeah, time to take us... Yeah, time to go to the wild side. Yeah, that little clip there, it says Wildvine is one of Ben's more versatile aliens. That's where I legit thought about how versatile he really could be. So, you know, you do have the reboot, so thank a lot for what I did for Gwen 10. Especially since, again, technically speaking, Gwen 10 is a spin-off series. It's just grown into the main series since I got finished with the main series. What's going on here? Yeah, I agree with you, Ruby. Gaming and movies need to be out in such a short time frame. Definitely couldn't be achieved with the increased power of hardware and the costliness of it. Because, like, I'm currently in uni studying video game development, and we don't actually start it until next week. But I know just from listening to all this stuff that tie-in games and movies just couldn't realistically be done. Which is why I think Power Trip was like a best case scenario for the game. Because it was open world and it was definitely rushed. But I can't argue that it, like, for example, he's got the... Yeah, no, I get what you mean there. As I say, for Power Trip, it was definitely being designed during Season 3 of the reboot. But it came out after Versus the Universe, the movie. And it still has Ben wearing the Season 3 Omnitrix. Oop, went a little farther. And like for Protector of Earth, a lot of that game is based on Season 3 of Classic, including alien designs for Zeskar and Vilgax. The issue being it came out near the end of the series run in Season 4. Especially with Season 4 and you know, Soto, we got to see that Vilgax didn't keep the design he had in Ben 10,000, which was for the best, because while I love that design, seeing it more than once would have absolutely ruined it. Because then there'd be times to fuck it up. Like I said, Wildvine is just my main go-to alien in this game, just because he's so, well, versatile. He's got a lot of range, he can do some great up-close stuff, and there's a lot of gimmicks around his grappling abilities. And, you know, I'm glad Wildvine has made it into more games than fucking Diamond Head has. Yeah, that's something to think about. And that guy just killed himself. But yeah, making a game during the development of something like, say, for Alien Force, right? How the first Alien Force game was made during Season 1 of Alien Force's development. But we still got things like the Pyronite DNA aliens and a Kevin DNA alien. Things that may have been in consideration for the show, but never got through. Then you get to Vilgax attacks, and it's a weird hodgepodge of elements from Season 3 and Season 1 and 2. Like having a lot of the returning villains from Season 3, but having a storyline that would fit more in Seasons 1 and 2. Which, again, is why we're doing it for Season 3 of Gwen 10 instead of whatever the hell Season 3 of Alien Force was actually trying to be.
Remember, Ben,
And then Cosmic Destruction was being developed alongside of Ultimate Alien. So some designs from Ultimate Alien may have been changed so that they fit better in Cosmic Destruction, the 3D open world setting. Then of course you got Omniverse 1, which the review isn't out, but I do say that I understand it was rushed because it was a launch title for the Wii U. And there was another Wii U launch title, Epic Mickey 2 The Power of 2, featuring 2, where you can play as 2. Where it was very much rushed. In fact, the Wii U version constantly plays in slow motion because of how laggy it is. Hell, the Wii version's more stable than the Wii U version. Isn't that fucking wild?
Let's give this a little thought.
Who else do we unlock in this level? I think it's Accelerate?
Who says I'm not so bright?
Yeah, okay, so I have no idea why Heat Blast can just charge up there for a minute. See Wildvine's ultimate move. Yeah, I could see a lot of these moves actually being done in the show. But again, like, because this game was being developed alongside the show, things like Ben and Gwen still bickering with each other, the fact of collecting Sumo Sonic cards, and that doesn't show up that often in the reboot, those still feel like leftovers from early stages of development. Where I can imagine that they were still making a lot of stuff based on the original series, just because Man of Action were developing it. And if Man of Action is anything, it's able to adapt to whatever time they're in. At least with the Cartoon Network shows. Can't really say the same about the Big Hero 6 series. Which, I've seen all of that show. And all I remember is how it keeps getting progressively worse. Until Season 3 was literally just 10-11 minute segments. Well, 2 11-minute segments, but still. And then seeing Man of Action were behind Sonic Prime, that was just... to me, you know? I would have so loved it if Sonic Prime got a tie-in game. Hell, I'd even take like a web browser game, but I get those don't exist anymore thanks to Adobe Flash being shut down. Ah, here we go, Accelerate, the fastest living creature. Yeah, real fast, huh? Like, look at his animation, he looks like he's trying so goddamn hard to move, and yet he's not doing anything. Sure, let's upgrade Accelerate, I can do that. But yeah, look at him, he's trying so hard! There we go, punch, 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 punch. Goes down, come on. At least we're getting like a massive combo going. I do like the quick rapid jabs of Accelerate. But I can also say that it's, you know, he's still pretty goddamn weak all things considered. So who we got left? Overflow, what? We got Overflow, Upgrade, Stinkfly, and Diamond Head left.
Always nice to know you're on
And there's 4 levels left after this, so... I don't know why they front-load you with so many aliens so early on. Like, you got 10 aliens in 6 levels, you could space it out a bit. Like, say you have 2 aliens unlocked per level. And then have the final level be a massive challenge where you have to use all of them. Instead of just being the stinkfly level where you have to make sure you don't fall off the stage.
incoming.
Yeah, like, I get what you're saying there, and how for Upgrade they intentionally made his voice deeper so that he'd just sound like Ben, but deeper. Like, for the reboot, I think they did a good job with Ben and how making his aliens feel a lot closer to him than other series did, while still giving them their own unique personalities. Like, I think the reboot is the best version of Wrath just because he feels a lot closer to Ben than the UAF OV version does. I think the only alien that really didn't fit that trend was Humongosaur. Which is funny because he's the 3rd most used alien in the reboot. And then like Accelerate, they didn't just make like Grey Matter. They actually toned down his smart snarky attitude that he used to have in OS. Although he didn't really show up in any other series for me to get a good idea if he would still have that or not. And then Heat Blast, they just kind of turn him into a Looney Tunes character half the time. I can't defend that one. Let's not forget Kevin's aliens, how since they share his voice, they also share his personality. Which is something I kind of wish we got to see more of. You know, I can also get it how, like, if the reboot kept on going, but they kept on introducing new aliens from Alien Force, like, by Season 8, where we had just got rid of the original series characters, and it was just mostly Alien Force aliens. Only, like, 3 or 4 new ones thrown in. Like, it'd be Humongosaur, Swampfire, Jet Ray, Wrath, Chroma Stone, and then, like, 4 new ones, like Slapback, Shockrock, and 2 others.
Or not.
M2.
Or not. Just...
Hell, since half his playlist was strength aliens, what'd it be like if they just made half his playlist electric aliens? Because I mean, Omniverse tried that. And I didn't say they did it well, but they tried to make his playlist like mostly electric aliens for some reason. And never really understood that. But hey, at least there's a fun gimmick here where with the fire that he shoots out, Heat Blast is actually immune to the fire, so you can walk right through it. When it comes up, I'll be able to show you guys, because you won't take any damage. Unlike with other aliens where you would, so that's why I kind of just stays Heat Blast in this entire fight. Yeah, here we go. I'll just quickly switch over to Accelerate. I get hit, get hurt, but then with Heat Blast I can walk right into it and take no damage. Okay, come on, where is it? Come on, let's go. Yeah, there we go. I beat the shit out of Zombozo. Like, out of the 2 reboot games, I really do love Power Trip. And I think this game's just, you know, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's, like, great, but I'd say it's, you know, for being what it was pretty good. But I put Power Trip in my top 5 Ben 10 games. You know, it's right up there with Velvet Stacks, Cosmic Destruction, and Center of Earth for me. And then I said in those games reviews, you know, I really do like those. I can't collect the XP, help. Alright, yes, being set on fire. Something all of us want. Look, I can just stand in it. I love that attention to detail. Like, I wish that happened in the other games. Like, I'm pretty sure in Omniverse, you can just... I'm pretty sure in Omniverse, you actually get hurt by fire if you Heat Blast. Which makes no sense to me. Like I was saying in the Discord before, like... Imagine if instead of, like, having Ben and... Like, having both Bens have the exact same aliens besides 3, Imagine if, say, since team like
This isn't funny.
Classic Ben got Heat Blast, Team Ben got Swamp Fire.
Are you in?
You know, and Classic Ben got Forearms, Team Ben got Humongosaur. Classic Ben got Arctiguana, Team Ben got Big Chill. You know, that would have been amazing. I think that would have made it Omniverse a lot more interesting. And now you can still have the 3 exclusive aliens. Like, that'd be fine.
I've got real flavor.
And, like, say, like, Classic Ben could still have feedback, but then he'd also have, like, I don't know, maybe a Halloween alien, and then Upchuck. Since then Upchuck wouldn't be so fucking scared of the consoles like he has been. Since he's not appeared in a single console game, but has been most of the DS games.
Ben, you did it!
Nice work, Ben.
Piece of cake. Which, by the way, I could go for about now. Oh, almost forgot. Your tent problems are officially solved. And this one is way roomier than the old one.
Thanks, Ben. I hope you've learned something from this.
Yeah, next time I'll be more careful when I'm testing out a new power. I might end up hurting more than a tent.
It was a pretty cool power, though.
I know, right? Wonder
See, they can get along.
ultimate power like that.
Let's figure that out later.
That'll teach you, stupid.
So for the writing of this game, I do think that it's just 3 episodes of the reboot they split into 6 levels. But I feel like it should be like that. You know, because like we're doing right now, like with how Vilgax Attacks is just like how that should have been the arc for Season 3. And how Cosmic Destruction was built alongside of Ultimate Alien.
Doing that, you're only gonna make it mad. If you want my advice,
Which I do not.
whatever. Just don't come crying to me when you get stung.
After all the bad guys I've taken down, some of which are like a gazillion times the size of a bee, you should show some respect for my awesome.
Okay, yeah, so Ben is written pretty in character with his reboot counterpart, and so is Max. But Gwen's written like her original series self.
To keep that ego in check, Ben. An inflated ego always gets in the way of success.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're right there.
It's about
Yeah, Perkamuk, Upchuck, and Omniverse. Yeah, because, I'm pretty sure Upchuck was actually in Omniverse 1 on DS. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you have experience with that.
don't worry, Gwen and Grandpa.
But I think he was in Omniverse 1 on the DS, but he was perk no matter what. And then how, you know, Upchuck was in Protector of Earth, Vilgax Attacks. I'm pretty sure he was in Omniverse 1 and 2. Yeah, he is. Yeah, so it's like, he was in a lot of the DS games, but he never showed up on home consoles. Like in that document I showed you for my ideas for a potential Ben 10 video game, Iceberg. A joke about how Upchuck is scared of home consoles.
Go ballistic.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, they managed to get grey matter to work in this game, so now Protector of Earth really has no excuse for why it could only have 5 aliens in it. Because come to Season 3, they had the Halloween aliens. So, like, you can still have the 5 that you had in Protector of Earth, but then also having Stinkfly, Diamond Head, Wild Mutt, Ben, Victor, and Upchuck. You know, something along those lines.
Incoming.
Because I get that some single screens are scary. How so?
This over with quick.
Is that like something I'm not gonna get because I don't play the DS games? Because I will get some at some point. Because, like, I'm doing the Ben 10 game marathon right now. I'll probably come back and do a DS Ben 10 game marathon at some point. Maybe make it just one giant episode, since I know those games can blend together sometimes. Because it's not like I haven't played them. It's that I haven't played them for long. Anyway, yeah, here we are with what would be the second of 3 episodes in the reboot. I don't know, if this was a reboot mini arc, I could see this being like a 2-3 parts like what they ended up doing in Season 4 with some episodes. But instead of like the Omni Kicks or just them traveling to a random location, it'd just be bad guys teaming up but in ways that make no sense, because that would be very on brand with the reboot. But hey, we stand the reboot in this house.
Awesome!
Because again, once you get past season 1 of the reboot, it is really good. And I'm starting to see that a lot on Reddit now. People saying that once you get past the first season, the reboot is good. Because I won't argue the idea that the first season of the reboot is bad. Like, it is. But it's also definitely from a place of that season being under-budgeted. Because the animation's rough, the writing's rushed, that kind of stuff. It does feel like they were saving a lot of the budget for Omnitrix. But as Season 2 showed, a little bit of a budget increase and they wouldn't have had to wasted so much animation budget for that. Because I still need to rewatch Alien Force Season 3 fully. Because every time I rewatch the series, I kind of just skip over it besides the, like, 7 plot important episodes. Which are like the Vengeance of Vilgax duology. I actually can't remember off the top of my head. I know I always watch Above and Beyond. Because that episode's just the bomb. You know? It's like the main reason Penzaro joined us. He wanted to write Above and Beyond. But no, he's gotta wait till Ultimate Alien for that, because episodes are getting rearranged. Because it just makes sense plot-wise. Like, I think that for that, I think making it early on in Ultimate Alien is the best idea. Just because, like, could have it tie into the plot of Vilgax Attacks Season 3, you know what we're doing? Well, the plumber's kids are being left behind to protect Earth while everybody else goes on Earth. Nah, you know what, we can discuss this later. Yep, Super Slammer card. I haven't really been going after those, but also because you need to come back with other aliens to do it. I do like that you can fight as Ben. Like, he doesn't feel, and he feels slightly underpowered, but he doesn't feel that underpowered, you know? But going back to my main boy here, Wildvine. Like, I gotta admit, Wildvine is... he's just good in this game. He's got range, he does a lot of damage, that kind of shit. 'Cause, I mean, look at this. Now, see, why couldn't Wildvine be treated like this in OV or in Protector of Earth? Now that I'm thinking about it, like, when it comes to OV2, Swampfire and Big Chill are definitely just model swaps of Heat Blast and Arctiguana. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that was just because OV1 got a lot of complaints about having no AF aliens, or UAF aliens, I guess. So they just swapped those out. That's something I'm definitely going to mention in the second OV game review. I don't know, I just like to run through this game every once in a while just because I find it fun.
You're about to get pruned.
There we go. Like, sure, I only ended up using like 5 of the 10 available aliens, but I like that all aliens are available. It also reminds me how much we really need to get Upgrade to use her laser eye again. Because that was only ever used once in the whole franchise. And it Upgrade's like second appearance. In that Sparksville episode. Tourist Traps, I think it was called.
Must be going the right way.
Because, I mean, I wrote it in to the Gwen 10 version, but I really haven't thought about it since.
Check.
Somebody need an upgrade?
Upgrade! Man, I fucking love Upgrade in the reboot. Even if he showed up for one season, he had like the most character development out of any alien. Just because of Glitch. And then how everybody just fucking abandons Glitch. And in season 4 they make a whole episode about it. But they still just abandon him afterwards. Just kind of shoving him in the back of the rust bucket.
Down you go!
It's like, oh, well, sorry, Glitch, you're definitely a member of this team. And then proceed to not talk about him until the reboot, until the movie, where they kill him off. Like, I think it would have been cool if the show did continue after Alien Extinction, that maybe Rex brings things back to life. Good point with the whole heat blast teleportation thing. I don't think I actually wrote that in. Or maybe I did back when I was actually deciding what to adapt and what to leave out. But teleportation, yeah, some aliens just randomly have abilities that they only have for the one episode. And while I think it's cool sometimes, it's like either have them do it more or don't show it at all.
I think it's time to go green.
But again, yeah, like heat blasts tornado teleportation. What was with that? That was like a season 1 exclusive ability, I think, as well. Then what is it? There was like one with cannonball. I can't remember what it was. And let's not forget Upchuck's acid spit that he only does like a few times in UA and then never again. I'm surprised Upchuck was an alien the reboot didn't try to take more advantage of. Like, maybe if they had more time. But I really do think in Season 4 they could have maybe gotten rid of, like, Diamond Head and Forearms at that point because he was useless. And replace him with maybe Armor Drill or Upchuck or something. Because come Season 4, Forearms is fucking useless. Because you've got Wrath, Slapback, Humongousaur, Diamond Head, you've got a bunch of strong aliens. Cannonball as well. You know, it's like at that point, just get rid of him. So I definitely thought about that because when writing Tales from Bellwood, I had to actively think, oh yeah, right, he still has forearms, I should do something with that. It's because it's so easy to forget. What we got going on here then? Right, yeah, I kind of forgot where we are in the level, but I think we're near the end. Alright, we got this thing over here. Yeah, we're already halfway through the game. Isn't that crazy? I'm not using my ultimate attack on this guy. Stop telling me to, game. Yeah, we're not even an hour in and we're already halfway through the game. It just feels weird to me, guys.
Onward and upward. Always nice to know you're on the right course.
I think we also get Diamond Head in this level. Yeah, there we go. Another out in the open Sumo Slammer card. Fuck it, I'll use that on these guys. Never did get to try out Cannonbolt's ultimate ability. But they do like to use... Yeah, we're already halfway through the game. This game isn't long, it's only about 2-3 hours long. I guess they just didn't have the budget for more?
Who's ready to rock?
Yeah, there we go, Diamond Head. I guess this game had the same problem that Season 1 of the reboot did, where it was very low budget, but expected to sell very well.
Onward and upward.
I mean, it clearly sold well enough for us to get Power Trip. Which that game definitely had a much bigger budget than this game. But the budget wasn't enough for what they wanted to do.
Going up.
What have we got going on here, yeah. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about this game having 6 levels. That definitely limited what they could do with the characters. Okay, this level's longer than I remember.
Let's see how many counterattacks I can do.
Let's see here. Pull out one of these things. Pull a Diamond Head and just shoot them all. There you go, there's some alien compatibility going on there. Yeah, I think Diamond Head was done pretty alright. Like, I like him Power Trip when he can glide. Because that is something he consistently does in the reboot, where he just forms like a giant pillar of diamond under him. Like, I'm really thinking Reboot Ben should teach Gwen that in the crossover movie at some point. Because that would be fun.
I'll try not to have an elevated.
But I also need to figure out what I actually want from that movie. Well, damn. You have 14 Sonic voices? Jeez, I thought English speakers having like 5 was already bad enough. But, yeah, English voice. Diamond Head does have Sonic's current voice actor, Roger Craig Smith. You know, I think that's fun. Because I think Roger Craig Smith does definitely have a lot of range. I just still don't think he's right for Sonic. Even after Frontiers, where he gives like a much more deeper and more casual approach, I just don't think he works as the spiny blue rat. I don't know, I mean, it could work if I see more of it, but as it is right now, I just don't think Roger is a good Sonic. I think he's a great voice actor, don't get me wrong. But 14? Wow. Yeah, we're halfway through the game. Here's the end of the level. Now we're on to level 4 of 6. Oops. So yeah, I am playing this on the Switch, and like I've said before, this game doesn't let me use the Pro Controller. So I'm having to use my Joy-Cons. Now luckily, unlike the first time I played this for the recording session, these don't have drift. And I might just download the stream to use as the footage for the game. Because of that. Because in the footage I do have to use in the review, I'm just jittering all over the place and constantly walking backwards.
Before I introduce my next guest, me, let's have a big round of applause for... Oh, me!
Boo! Boo! I'm having a really bad day!
We'll be right back.
Oh man, I gotta find that place and rescue Gwen and Grandpa Max.
Yeah, like I was saying, like, I really do think this game could have been, like,
Let's get this.
if the reboot got 22-minute episodes instead of 11 minutes, I think these levels would have probably been the basis they would have worked off of. Who knows, maybe these ideas were meant to be in the show at some point, but never got around to it, because Weatherhead Prime, who is the final boss of this game, is apparently canon to the reboot, despite Sonny showing up in Season 4, and we never hear about him.
I'm in rare form.
But that's according to Duncan Rouleau, who is like the main guy you go to about the reboot. So I guess there's that.
For the love of...
Because Duncan Rouleau is where we learn about how the Anti-Trix gives Kevin's aliens being mutants. Half-breeds, if you will. Yeah, we get Overflow in this level, if I remember right. Yeah, we've only got 2 aliens left to unlock, because this game doesn't have enough time to space them out properly. Like, you have 4 of them by the end of the first level. At that point, what's the point of even locking them off? It's back here. Oh yeah, the camera also struggles a lot in this level. And the frame rate too. Because how many boxes you can break at once.
Polish up nicely. Punks like you are a diamond.
There we go. Go down. Yeah, really? Why don't you shut the fuck up, Diamond Head? One point I might just do streams of Bayonetta. Cause like I have it, I keep meaning to go through it, but I never seem to have the time because I'm always busy doing something else. So if I can get the time together, I might do one of Bayonetta and actually go through that game.
Some things are a lot easier when you're an alien.
Yeah, no kidding.
Going up.
My throat's killing me, I'm so glad I'm near the end of the game already. Oops. Yeah, I'll probably just use this stream as the background footage I used in the recording.
So, keep going, I guess?
I'll probably use, I'll do Power Trip as a stream another day. Wildvine, yeah, sure. I haven't been playing Wildvine as much as I said I would.
Time to get to the root.
Yeah, look at how laggy it gets in this level. This level's definitely the worst for lag. But this was made in the game engine we're going to be learning here at uni, so that'll be fun. Okay, because I know some yeah, look, he has some squash and stretch on him, which Diamond having squash and stretch feels really cursed. Like, for a reason I can't explain, it just feels cursed. Maybe it's because he's meant to be as hard as crystals.
Time to get to the root of the problem.
There we go. Could you guys hear that beeping? I've been hearing it all stream. It's definitely coming from the game.
Going up.
Oh, at least Diamond Head making crystal pillars is better than what they gave him to do in OV, which was fucking nothing. But I still prefer in Power Trip when you can just make a giant thing and glide. That definitely wouldn't have happened if they had stuck with the Season 4 cast and just gave him Jet Ray. Like, if Power Trip were to have all 10 aliens from Season 3, what would their abilities be? Because they were talking about Cannonbolt with ramps, but they gave that to Accelerate in an interview, and how they had puzzles for grey matter, but they were so small and out of the way that it felt wrong. Especially since the game is meant to be multiplayer, like with Kevin. Trying to get dark matter into one of those definitely wouldn't work with how tall, lanky, and like powerful he is. So I don't know. Like, when I really think about it, what we got in Power Trip for the 6 aliens definitely feels like it's the most balanced it was going to be. Because any more than that in an open world game would probably break. But if you had to make an open world game, what 10 aliens would you pick? Like, from any show, it doesn't matter which show it is. What's that beeping again? Oh yeah, Slapback would have been pretty hard to do in the reboot. And then Kevin having that one exclusive alien all to himself.
Diamond Head. That has a nice ring to it.
Wow, that was laggy as fuck. Okay, yeah, that I do like that with Grey Matter. Oh. I do like Grey Matter gets to be the big boy for a change.
Way past time to upgrade.
Like, I think a lot of the flack the reboot gets for things like Ben's only being allowed 10 aliens at a time. Like, I get where the hatred for that comes from because it means you're so much more limited. But realistically, he's still showing off more aliens in a season than showing off as many aliens in a season as he was back in Classic. It's just now they also have Kevin to fall back on.
Time to put your nose to the grindstone.
Oh, I can admit Jet Ray was definitely wasted in the reboot. Like, he didn't even show up in the fucking finale or Ben 10,010. Like, come on, that would have been the perfect time to, like, say, have Ben use Humongous Saw when AF Ben is around. Like, maybe let AF Ben realize that, oh shit, I might be overusing him a bit. You know, something along those lines. So just defeating the shit out of these guys real quick. It's wild in time. I said it's wild in time. Look at those bodies flying around. Wildvine's killed. Remember that, people. Wildvine is killed. You know, considering that Wildvine was chased down by one. Oh yeah, right! Stinkfly is voiced by Kevin, I forgot about that. Like, yeah, that's definitely why Stinkfly started to show up less in Season 3 and was replaced in Season 4, if I had to guess. because he was replaced, because Greg Sipes came back as Kevin and all Kevin's aliens. Because that would have meant Greg Sipes was voicing Kevin and 12 aliens, and we can't have that going on. Alright, so let's see. We got Ball Weevil, Blitzwater, Spider Monkey, and Jet Ray. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Scud mechanics. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, here we go. Right, so, yeah, I could see that working. Like, Ball Weevil, you have to build up a massive ball that you could use, like, momentum and physics to roll down a hill. Blitzwolfer is basically just what they do with Bashmouth and Wrath and Power Trip. Spider Monkey being able to climb up walls. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do see that actually being fun. Like, in the ideal world, I think, say, having a... I think that an Omniverse open world game would have been awesome. Because that way, like, maybe if they make it like you're stuck in Ben 23's dimension or something, you could have Ben 23 be the other playable character for player 2. And since all of Ben 23's aliens are model swaps, it would have been even easier than Kevin's, where they tried to make them not color swaps, but then somehow, Thornblade is still a copy of Shockrock, which always felt weird to me. Like, again, that's another joke entry on the iceberg. You know, I really do think I'm gonna make that iceberg at some point. It's just getting the text onto the thing that's been my issue. Yeah, definitely once the games are done, it's gonna be a tier list and then the iceberg. But like, games of canon is just something that's just true. Thanks to Ben 10,000 Returns, we know that Vertex text on at least the DS is canon, thanks to the post-credit scene with Albedo Stucker's Alien X, which is something I'm surprised that even Omniverse didn't try to do. Because UA says that he can change his DNA at will to whatever was in the Ultimatrix, which includes Alien X. But I guess since Alien X was locked away, maybe he couldn't access it at the time when he changed his own body? I don't know, but yeah, like when it comes to UA Season 1, when we get to it, like since we'll have 13 episodes to go off of, Double or Nothing and Above and Beyond definitely have to be in it. And probably Reflected Glory too, since I really do want to have Siphon still in there. Could always just have him show up as a random background NPC and actually, no, wait, I might just skip using Siphon until OV, but then make his backstory something like how he used to work for the baddest of the bad, but eventually he decided to go his own, and then he managed to team up with somebody. Yeah, I think that could be fun. Especially since Kyber isn't really going to be in Bellwood, since he's going to be looking after trying to get to Gwen. Yeah, because when it comes to when we get to OV, there's definitely going to be like an episode or two per season that's just back in Bellwood with Ben. Because that's just going to be a necessity for some of the story arcs to make sense. Like, sure, I could walk around them, or we could just go back to Bellwood and take an eye on Ben for a little bit. Because I know, like, for the two-part introductory episode...
You're about to be out of your depth.
Wait, what's going on with my alien selection screen? Why can't I... Do you guys see this? Overflow. Overflow, where are you? I can still switch into him, so it isn't a problem, but...
Let's get this
What the fuck? Yeah, I was saying, for the first episode of OV, like the two-parter, one part would be with Gwen and the other part would be with Ben. Because by that point, there's still a lot that's going to be changing from Ben getting to be teammates with Rook, because that's still going to happen. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Think it'd be fun. There we go. Alright, go down, you. Although, I do like seeing Overflow playable in the game, and him somehow still being more useful than, Rock Shark. Rock Shark being the predator of... Okay, yeah, the Peninsula. Yeah, that was mentioned first in Ben 10 in, Gwen 10 in, Ditto's episode, wasn't it? Since the Peninsula is Ditto's, predator from not being, mistaken. Although, what do you mean by Rook Shark? I don't know what one you mean by that. And Crabdozer being the first one on screen, I think that would, definitely be fun to pull off. Because I can't remember if Crabdozer was the first one on screen. No, it was. Yeah, it was. I remember it now. Because I remember that was the last time me and my mum really sat down and just watched some goofy shit of that I liked as a kid. But I still have no idea what you mean by a Rook Shark. Because do you mean the electric thing that Phil becomes? Because I don't think we ever learned what that's a predator of. Do we? Because it was in the Nemetrix, so it had to have been a predator of one of Ben's aliens. But we never really learn. Like, in my headcanon, it's Buzzshark's predator. But I can't tell you if that's true or not. Oh no, he took an explosive shit. Ah! He had too much Taco Bell. It's time for the Wilden time. Come on, it's a Wilden time. I'm not gonna stop saying that joke. There we go. Yeah, we're like halfway through this level, and there's only 2 levels left after this. There we go. Oh, Spider Monkey's predator. What? Spider Monkey's predator? I don't think Spider Monkey's predator actually showed up. Because I know, like, grouping time, yeah. But, like, Spider Monkey's predator. Yeah, what's going? Like Overflow, where are you? Come on, show up, man.
Time to make a splash.
Oh yeah, it's this massive jumping section. As for Spider Monkey's predator, I don't think we actually saw that in the Spider Monkey episode of UA.
Up and over.
Because, like, if you ask me, I really do think that if the reboot had shared the timeline with Classic, I really do think the Anthrosapiens could have been like a fun one to see.
Boo!
Since it's a little close to what the Nemetrix would consider a predator. But they're giant Godzilla-like creatures, so it could have been like the ultimate final play from Kaiba before we get to the Galvin episodes. Like, he just forms a giant crystal Godzilla to attack Ben.
Oh, I don't think so. I have a feeling my...
Like, Ben would have to go Echo Echo to destroy it, so Echo Echo would get another appearance.
Bring it on, bee lady.
severe beating is being filmed before a live studio audience.
Yeah, right, this boss fight. Right, I kind of forgot what I have to do for this boss fight. I think I just wait for her to get lowered. And then I beat the shit out of her from there. There we go, okay. Yeah, I'll just use my ultimate on these guys, I don't care. Like, the boss fights are not this game's strong suit. Ah, now she's throwing bombs, okay.
Quit killing my boss.
Although, I do like the idea of this being, like, actually filmed. Because in the reboot timeline, Ben doesn't give a shit about his, secret identity. Which, you know, there's pros and cons to that, like... Because of when the reboot takes place, you know, being in 2016, it would be practically impossible for him to have a secret identity. Which is something we gotta think about nowadays. How would a secret identity be kept in the, you know, digital age? Because like Kuro said in his peer pressure review, you know, nowadays, if you said, man, I've got this device that turns me into 10 alien creatures, just like sick throw that tree nowadays instead of, oh my god, you fucking disaster. Like it would have been back in the day, you know? I'm glad we're at that point. Oh, shut up, you. Nobody cares about you. Evil looking ass. Like seriously, since, Generator Rex does happen in this timeline to some extent, I wouldn't be surprised if Queen Bee was an Evo. Like, since it's implied that, you know, she's not wearing a suit or anything, she just is a giant bee. So it's always been my headcanon she's an Evo. That would make her the first Evo we ever see, and I really hope that was true. I don't know, somebody asked Duncan Low about this on Twitter. Let's use accelerates. Because again, this one feels like a holdover from pre-production where they're trying to figure out what they wanted to do with the series. Well, they brought back chili fries, which Reboot Ben never really cared for. And remind me to throw a chili fries reference in at some point, Ruby. Like, I know Albedo, she's gonna be still addicted to chili fries. And she's gonna try and blame it on Gwen, but Gwen isn't, like, addicted to it, but... I also gotta throw in a Mr. Smoothies at some point in Season 8. Oh yeah, Accelerate's unique ability is that he can slow down the fabric of time and just start, you know, having less frames. Like, look at this, he has 3 frames per second! And look at him trying his hardest!
Want something done right.
Alright, yeah, it's time to beat the shit out of the Queen Bee. Yep, that's phase 1. This is the worst boss fight in the game. But also, I don't like how Accelerate is trying so hard to move fast. Like, look at him, he's putting his all into it. And he's getting no results. Like, come on, Accelerate, put your little legs into it. Run, Accelerate, boy, run! Like, after this, I'm probably gonna get back to writing Gwen 10, you know, finish off an episode, maybe start another. No, because I'm really just procrastinating on some college work, on some uni work I should not be procrastinating on. Since it accounts for a lot of my grade. Whatever, I got till Friday. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Yeah, I know, right, Accelerate, beat the shit out of her and finish her off. Finally, jeez. We've been at this for an hour and 20?
You're welcome. Ben, hate to break it to you, but when you two started fighting, the transmitter was destroyed.
Oh man, then nobody saw it.
We did, Ben. And you saved us. And all of these people.
Right! All right, everyone?
Yeah, these models are still in,
No pushing and shoving. I'll make time for everybody.
And it's what you do when nobody is watching. And without expectation of a reward that's really important.
Yeah, sorry. Ego in check? Check. Guess we should call the police and pick up Queen Bee. Then
You see, Classic Ben would never do that. Like, Prime Ben would only do that in Alien Force Season 1 and 2.
Whoa!
This does not look good.
I gotta do something to stop it.
Not yet. We need to come up with a plan to deal with this. Let's get these people out of here and regroup at the campsite.
Yeah, could you imagine OS Ben saying, yeah, you're right, I need to have my ego in check? Like, could not imagine that. It's also so fun to think about how far Gwen 10 has come. From being something I've done in my pastime to... Oh, look, he's back. He's available now, yay. It's so fun to just see how far Gwen 10 has come. From being just something I did in my pastime to what I'm most well known for online.
Something's not right about this. It appeared too suddenly, and it's way too strong to be natural.
Grandpa! Ben! I think I see somebody over that way.
Come on, kids. They might need our help.
Guess we should have known.
Wow, that's Angel's superpower 10-year-old grandson after them.
Followed by an equally successful start to our new terraforming initiative.
I would be
Oh yeah, these guys.
this turn of events if I felt emotions, which I do not.
So much for investigating what they're up to. Gotta love villains who monologue.
Nothing left now but the beatdown.
We should feel shame at revealing our plans in such a stereotypical manner, and concern for the approaching alien.
If we felt shame or fear,
Which we do not.
Come on, Grandpa.
No, the storm is too dangerous. Let's head back to the rust bucket. Ben can handle this.
Yeah, Classic Grandpa would definitely not say that. He'd definitely be there trying to help the best he could. But yeah, we're in the final stretch. Final 2 levels, guys. And here we unlock Stinkfly. The final of the 10 aliens. And there's still about half an hour of game left. Also, look at his animation here. Of him, like, really pushing. You know, it works for this level and the next level, but if you try playing him in any other level, it just doesn't. It's because, like, it's like a nice, sunny, warm, breezeless day, and he's still pushing against it the hardest he can. But I guess they weren't really expecting you to come in to this game like that. Just a one and done kind of game. Which, yeah, if this was a one and done kind of game for you, that would probably be fine. Because this is one of those games that once you've played it once, there's not really much incentive to come back. Like, you have the Sumo Slammer cards? That's really it. If they were gonna have some aliens not be needed for, like, gameplay, why not make them in, like, secret areas that you can only access after you beat the game or something, like... Say you can't unlock, upgrade until you beat the game and go back with Stinkfly and Overflow, something like that. I think that would have been actually a neat way of handling it. Like, I kind of wish OV did that as well, because if you've got some aliens that aren't necessary to beat the game, why not hide them away? Like, I think that would have actually been like a really fun way of handling things. You know, give a fucking explanation as to what's going on, and then, say, like, I don't know, Protector of Earth. Thorax has hidden all of the Omnitrix crystals. So, you can only get some Omnitrix crystals if you went out of your way to go look for them. So, say, you can still have the core 5 of that game be unlocked through the story mode. Well, then, say, you could have Stinkfly locked away behind a Wild Vine swinging challenge, something like that. I think that would have actually been a really cool way of handling it. Because that way you can have all aliens in the game, but make it a reward for getting some of them, and the others help progress the plot. I think that would have actually been a great way of handling it. Because, like, in Power Trip, each area you go to unlocks you 2 aliens. Except from one of them, which only unlocks 1 alien because you get Heat Blast from the beginning. But in my opinion, I think a great way of handling it would be like, you don't unlock an alien until you're later on into the game. You get through the tutorial area and you still don't have an alien, so you have to go looking for them. Instead of just being given one after, what is it, a single mission? Again, there are a lot of ways it could have been handled, and I think Power Trip did a pretty good job making it so that if you want to say skip forearms until the end and just get the others, you can do that. Which is what I typically do. Since I'll normally skip forearms and go straight for Accelerate. Who is probably the best alien in that game for traversal, just because he's actually allowed to be fast in that game. Excuse me. Alright, yeah, since I'm playing the Switch version, I have 2 controllers. I could show off the multiplayer for Power Trip. You know, at least in theory I could. Like, Kevin stand there as a bullet sponge. While Ben goes and defeats the bad guys, Kevin's just standing there taking in a ton of damage. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, like, I learned not too long back with this game that you can actually influence which way you throw the enemies with Wildvine by holding the analog stick in that direction. Doesn't mean you get to control it going that way, but you get to influence it. Yeah, Stingfly is my least used alien in this game. It's because, like, he shows up so late, it's not even worth it. Which could have been avoided with some backtracking needed with him. But I think there's only one bit of last level where you absolutely need him, and that's it. But at least Greg Sipes got to be in this game. Give him credit for that, right? Because I don't think Kevin's had a bad voice act yet. Like, has he? No, Greg's, not Greg. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to just call him Greg throughout, Ultimate Alien. Nah, but Kevin, yeah, I don't think Kevin's had a single bad voice actor. Like, I don't think Ben 10 has had bad voice actors, I think it's had bad voice direction, though. Like, one of the very few voice actors I can say was genuinely bad was, D. Bradley Baker as Wrath. You know, I'd probably consider it pretty good if it wasn't for the fact that we already had John DiMaggio as Forearms, for example, in the reboot, and if Wrath wasn't, you know, voiced by John DiMaggio in the other show. Because, like, you hear his UAF and OV voice, which is John DiMaggio, and it's really good. And then you get to the reboot and it's just D. Bradley Baker's trying his best. Like, no hate to the guy. Let's face it, D. Bradley Baker carried the entire fucking show for, what was it, like 6 seasons there? Yeah, with AF and OV.
But I do not. Zap.
But I just don't think he's good as, let's show us Stingflies. Excuse me? Yeah, I just don't think he was good as Wrath. And it's even more infuriating because John DiMaggio plays Forearms in the reboot. Like, I know David Kane does it in OV. Just because David K voiced fucking everybody in OV. At least for a little while there.
Heat blast? Heat blast.
Time to get to the roots of the problem.
And I mean, David K obviously voices a few characters in this show, like Humongousaur. It voices Humongousaur, Grandpa Max, and who else is it? Oh yeah, Shockrock.
Oh, incoming.
Now we're near the end of the game now. My throat's hurting, so I'm gonna just stop talking for a minute.
Zap.
Yeah, go down, go down. Like, I think another fun one with Gwen 10, and I think another one that's gonna be fun with Gwen 10 is gonna be Lodestar, because we managed to get a lot more out of Wildvine than Classic did. So I wonder what we can get out of Lodestar. Because like with Wildvine, I really play into the loose, viney nature. Instead of just being for movement, but it's also like the thorns for combat, the plant manipulation, the regeneration, but also the very loose animation they gave Wildvine. So basically fucking rubber hose, is I guess how you'd describe it. Which, yeah, if the show was animated, if Gwen 10 was animated, I think using rubber hose for Wildvine would be the best bet. Just because it would get across a lot of Wildvine's, you know, stretchier tendencies if we did it as if it was rubber hose. I know that's fucking impossible nowadays. Oh yeah, right, here's something neat. Heatblast actually gets to act as a light source. Which, you know, is cool, but it's rarely ever useful. But I'm glad it's a feature. Because like, you play Power Trip and he doesn't even light up a cave. But I guess that game does have a lot better lighting. Because look, you can see that the mountains back there are just 2D images. And they're not even far enough away for it to not be noticeable. But yeah, I wonder how much we can get out of Lodestar. Because I bet it'll be a fair bit. Like, Wrath is just fun. Yeah, look, here's some more example of Heat Blast being used as a light source. Which I'm very glad that OS did, and you know, OV tried early on. I think come later on they started to forget he was an actual light source. Which definitely didn't help things. But early on they did treat him as a light source. Oh, level's over I guess. Yeah, only one level left guys. Oh, that feels weird. Only one level left. Yeah, this level. There's an achievement for not falling off at all if you play the PlayStation, Steam, or Xbox version. But I'm playing on Switch, so I don't have to worry about achievements. Yeah, like I was saying, I wonder how much we can get out of Lodestar, because UAF really didn't get that much out of Lodestar. Just like how Classic didn't really get that much out of Wildvine. So, I wonder how much we can get out of Lodestar. Because if you ask me, it's probably a fair bit. Also, Ruby, if you are there, you gotta stay to the credits. The credits are is the best music in the entire Reboot franchise. Like, the entirety of the Reboot. From the show, to the games, to other pieces of media. Like, Alien Worlds. It is the fucking bomb. Because it's a great remix of the classic theme song. Mixed in with elements of the Reboot. Like, I know you've heard it before because I've shared it on the Discord, but come on, it's like the best theme song of all time. I'm gonna have the whole thing play during the... Yeah, I'm gonna have the whole thing, play during my review of the game. Just play the whole credit sequence. I don't like how suddenly it stops. But, you know, a little bit of audio editing and I can get that fixed. Probably. Not that great at audio. You know, I am teaching myself a lot of stuff, like, editing-wise. What's that beeping again?
I'm gonna take you for a spin.
Let's do some gameplay as just regular old Ben. Regular old 10-year-old Ben. Level 9. Okay, we've got 8 levels to go, guys.
Definitely on the right track.
Like, I definitely say stick with Stinkfly for this level.
Stinkier already.
But I'd also be a massive fucking hypocrite.
Upgrade, upgrade. Nice.
Well, in bed about a minute.
Let's switch on over to Stinkfly just to be safe.
Smell you later, or sooner.
There we go. Yeah, I also do like the Alien Extinction line of OS Ben going smell you later, and then Reboot Ben just going, yep, I'm using that from now on. Like, I really do wish the reboot did go on, because the longer it went on, the better the stories got. Which is like the opposite of how this stuff usually happens. Since the longer something goes on, usually the worse it gets.
Ha, ha, ha. Attacking.
Like, I think as a show, the reboot was the only one that got better when time went on. Because, like, Classic, it started to feel like it really should have ended at Season 3, not Season 4 come Season 4. AF, we all know what happened with Season 3. UA, Season 3 had too many episodes. Like, what was it? It had 32 episodes? Which was just way too many. Like, you've got the Ultimate Kevin arc lasting 4 episodes. And then you've got the Dagon arc lasting like 32. Like, there's a lot of disparity there. Let's have some more time with Upgrade. Upgrade! This must be how Ben feels whenever the Ultimatrix goes wrong. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Accelerate, like, always made sense to me as a pun, but I guess that's just more because I'm an English speaker. Because it's like, you know, Ben 10 has a lot of pun alien names. Like, forearms. You know, like the forearm, the biceps. Like, I don't think that one was intentional. You know, it's still there. You know, Shock Squatch for, you know, what was it? Fucking Sasquatch. There we go. You know, feedback, like what you get from electrical instruments, Echo, because he's a fucking Echo. Stinkfly, because he stinks and flies. Upgrade, because his gimmick is that he upgrades tech. And then of course you got aliens like fucking Blocks, who I still despise, yet despite thinking that he could have some really fun writing opportunities. Because I might not like the species, but I appreciate what they did with him in OV. Man, I cannot land on these things. Because OV really did do a lot to sell me on the idea of Blocks. I just don't like the idea of the species. Like, if you take out the idea that every alien in Ben 10 is meant to be a species of its own, and say they were just things Ben could turn into on his own, then I don't think Blocks would get as much hate as he does. I think he'd still get hate, but not as much as he does now, because you gotta think about how there's a whole planet of them. Like, that's what really annoys me about Blocks the most. Because if it was just Blocks on his own, without the idea of other Block species existing, I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't like it, I wouldn't hate it, I'd be fine with it. But the idea that there's a species of those Lego gorillas, I just can't get behind that. Like, sure, we got things like living batteries, and living fire, and living electricity, and with rocks around it. Sure, whatever. Those are definitely out there concepts. But it, like Kuro said, it isn't a name brand object. And like, say, you could say that, I don't know, the Buzzshocks inspired batteries. Like the design of a battery. Like, hell, make that canon for us. Put it in the wiki, Ruby. Buzzshocks inspired these designs of batteries. It's canon now. when you get to Buzzshock, we gotta make that canon. Oh god, I can't. Yeah, I've just thought of that on the spot. But fuck it. It's canon. And hell, under that logic, you could probably say that the Segmentus Sapiens gave the idea for Lego. And I probably wouldn't doubt it. Yes. Yes, that is canon now. Frankenstein's monster was just made up from when a man found a Transillion and tried to describe what the hell it was. Because, like, there was always the explanation of mummies and werewolves were actually aliens. But I think a lot of what humans have could be explained through alien origin if they were creative enough. Like Buzzshock with the batteries. Or maybe the Piscus could be the inspiration for the early idea of a mermaid, and how that just evolved over time. You know, there's room to make these things canon that the show didn't take. And damn it, I'm gonna take them. Like, hell, imagine this, right? You could probably make Goop's chemical composition on Earth. But, you know, it wouldn't be alive or anything, but you could still probably make that chemical composition that Goop is made out of. Like, that'd be nuts. But I'd believe it. Because we don't know what Goop's chemical composition is. Because he's like a single-cell organism, if I'm not wrong. So, fuck it. Labs, get on this. Figure out how to make our very own Goop.
You've been bushwhacked.
And hell, an idea that I've always had and really tried to make canon for a while there was the idea that Moro Tessie was an idea that the Petrosapiens came up with to try and keep people away from learning about the Crystal Sapien.
Always nice to know you're on the right course.
Like, I always wanted to consider that canon, and I'm definitely going to make it canon for Gwen 10, don't get me wrong about that. Well, Moro Tessie was something that the Petropians started to spread around as a rumor to keep eyes off their planet for the Crystal Sapiens, because in the wrong hands, you know, we get to see what happens in Alien Force when a Crystal Sapien crystal gets in the wrong hands with Vilgax. Because again, they set up so many opportunities for great ideas, but then never capitalize on them. Like, hell, we know that both actual Sasquatches and Shark Squatches exist thanks to Secret Saturdays being canon to Ben 10. So it's like, why not say that the Sasquatches were an offshoot of the Shark Squatches? They just stayed on Earth and had to adapt to the surroundings. Since being highly electrical for a long time would cause like electric strikes or bring too much attention or something like that. You know, just play around like that, have some fun. Like, I'm sure Dirk J. Wyatt, rest in peace, would have eventually like come up with some of these ideas, because that man knew how to make some random shit come together.
Attacking.
Yeah, like, yeah, I think like a lot of that stuff, like, the reboot, right? Alien Worlds. Alien Worlds is 100% canon to the show. To the reboot. Like, it's 100% canon. Sure, the aliens' designs are just Ben's without the badge. But through that, we get to see things like the Humongosaurs crashed a party that was happening on Cannonbolt's home planet. And after a little bit of a war over territory, they just decide to party together. Or how the Shock Rocks tried to invade Wrath's planet. No, it was Diamond Head's planet. But the Subsapiens, Petrosapiens, and Anthrosapiens were able to team up to fight back the Fulminite army. Stuff like that is the stuff I wanted to see. Ah, here we go. So apparently, right, this guy is canon to the Ben 10 reboot.
This was too easy. Hey, big guy, how's the weather up there?
Your pun would
And
lack humor, even if that were something.
I would believe that.
And
if it wasn't for Sunny showing up in Season 4, being the manager of the Weatherheads.
Yeah, which you don't. I think you guys have pretty much beaten that into the ground at this point.
No, the beating into the ground commences now.
Oh boy.
Oh noes! They're gonna beat the shit out of Ben. Time to switch to that strong guy with the 4 arms. Yeah, like I was saying, I think it would be really fun for that, like, because I want to make my own version of Alien Worlds for Gwen 10, you know? Like, use footage from the games to explain some points, you know, that kind of stuff. Although, like, some aliens like Lodestar only appeared in one game. You know, being Rise of Hex. And in that game, he was just kind of the floating magnet guy. So it will be hard once we get later on.
Non-functional.
I think Goop also only appeared in 2 games. Like, that did not feel like that was my fault. Yeah, it only appeared in 2 games, being Alien Force for the DS and Vilgax Attacks. You know, there's like a lot of potential for a lot of games, like... Cosmic Destruction was definitely built off of Vilgax Attacks, like, there's no questioning it. So why don't you just bring back all 10 aliens from that game? Hell, Ultimate Cannonbolt could have been there because they already had Cannonbolt's model from Vilgax Attacks. And since Ultimate Cannonbolt is just a model switch, I don't see what the harm in it would be.
I would boast of my prowess, but weatherheads do not boast.
I'm starting to... Ow!
Okay, first death of the run. At the final boss. You hate to see it. Okay, I cannot hit this thing. Slowing it down as accelerate might be a good idea.
I would boast of my prowess, but weatherheads do not boast.
I think the hardest one to make an Alien Worlds for, like for the Gwen 10 original 10, would be Goop. Considering we know so little about that species other than just, that the home planet we hear about wasn't the one they originally inhabited. Being Viscous. I think that's the name of the planet, or Viscosia? Something like that? Yeah, I think it would be fun to do that, like, say for Chromostones, we could just revisit, Petropia.
Standing still is not my thing.
I'm not standing still, shut the fuck up! Switch back to 4 arms. There we go. Down he goes. We just keep beating the shit out of this guy, just breaking him down piece by piece. I feel bad for the guy if I felt emotions.
That a taunt is appropriate at this juncture.
What else have I got left to beat the shit out of this guy? What, his legs? No, I've already broke his fucking brain. Oh yeah, right, the eye lasers. Like, I think... Well, I think in UAF, if they had no idea what to... There we go. The Echo and NRG were in suits contamination to the species. Yeah! You're not wrong! But then it'd be like seeing Wrath on TV, because Wrath is canonically naked. So it'd be like Appleplexians that see Wrath fighting, would just be screaming, "Put on some pants, man!"
Ow! What was that?
Anyway, yeah, that's it, game over.
What? So...
Ruby, you've seen pretty much the whole game by now, you missed like one level.
Alright, I was like super awesome. I was all like, BAM! And giant robot guy was like, "Rah!" Then he was all like,
But along that topic, like,
bet you'll feel this
Like, if you think about the reboot,
Shut you up, is there?
like, like, imagine Pyro Knight seeing Omni Kick's Heat Blast.
Oh yeah. So
Just seeing, like, Heat Blast in a robotic suit. Because, like, I actually have an Omni-Naut Heat Blast figure with me right now. Oh wait, shh, I'm gonna shut up now. Just listen to this credits music. I'm gonna mute off. Well, that's it. That's the whole game over and done with. So that's all 6 levels done with. So let's now just end the stream. So, thank you guys for watching. I don't know when I'll be streaming next, but I do hope it's soon. And Ruby, we can continue to talk in the Discord if you want to. But until next time, bye!